That's the whole point of hiring a social media manager. What? Okay, let me relax. So recently, some things came across my desk talking about
You don't need a social media manager, you need a VA. Or do I need a VA? Do I need a social media manager?
and I'm going to show you these things that I'm talking about. But I've realized that there's a difference. I know that there's a difference between a social media manager or a VA, but a lot of you all who may be starting out may not know the difference, especially when you're looking for jobs and people are saying they need a virtual assistant, but they want somebody who does like social media management. And you're like, what? Isn't it the same thing? Or what do you mean? So in this video, I'm gonna be telling you the difference between a social media manager and a VA. And we're gonna talk about those things that came across my desk because I have opinions. Quick sidebar, if you're a social media manager, you might as well go ahead and subscribe because one, is free, and two, I give out new tips every single week. So now, let's jump right on into it, shall we? All right, first up, let's talk about what a virtual assistant is. If you're a virtual assistant, your job is to help your client with a lot of their everyday business needs. So this could mean that you are scheduling meetings for them, you're creating presentations for them, you could be scheduling content for them, but it's very, very task oriented. And a lot of that is like a general VA, so you may have your feet in all these different areas, but you can also specialize in certain areas as a virtual assistant. So what that means is you may specialize in admin work, you may specialize in marketing work, you may specialize in finance. So you can be a general VA where you're doing all those scheduling and you're doing presentations, but again, also you may specialize in a certain area of marketing or a certain area of finance. So again, if you're a VA, your job is to help organize your client's everyday business life. Now, if you are a social media manager, your job is to come in and help your client optimize and use social media management to help their business. That's it. So as a social media manager, you're not just posting content. Your job is to come in, understand your client's goals, and use those specific platforms that whatever you're going to be doing. So it's LinkedIn or Twitter or TikTok. You know how to use those platforms and optimize it for that specific client. You're not using these cookie cutter solutions. You're not just posting and adding hashtags. No, you are truly strategizing and you are using the platform to your client's benefit so that their business does better and better. So yes, you're creating monthly strategies, you're doing end of month reports, you're doing copywriting, you're doing content writing, you're doing some graphic design, you're doing a lot, but again, it's only in that one specific area, and that's something that you specialize in, just that platform or just in that social media management area. So the main difference between a social media manager and a virtual assistant is that a virtual assistant can work in several different areas of a client's business, whereas a social media manager, you specifically work in just that one section of social media. As you can see, a virtual assistant is going to have different skill sets than a social media manager is going to have. So the social media manager is going to know how to strategize, and they're going to know how to use those specific platforms for their clients. They know what features they need to be using. Whereas a virtual assistant, they're going to say, okay, I can create some graphics, I can post for you, but I don't quite specialize in it. So I don't know exactly everything that you need to be doing. So don't look for me. Don't look to me to be telling you everything to do. And honestly, like a person who needs a social media manager, they need a social media manager. And this brings us to the comments and the videos that were sent to me. Now, y'all know I'm still a little bit new to this YouTube game and I don't want copyright strikes. So I'm just gonna put this is a video, but I'm just gonna put the image of it right here and I'm gonna read to you what this person says in the video. This is what they say. Don't hire a social media manager, hire a virtual assistant. You create the content, you have your virtual assistant edit it and go post it everywhere. Video content is marketing. No need to hire a clown that has the title of a social media manager. Hire a virtual assistant. What? Okay, let me relax and take a sip. This is somebody who has no idea what they're talking about. And I'm just gonna say it like that. That's what it is. It's somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. Let's go ahead and just tear this apart right now. Where it says you create the content. So don't hire a social media manager, hire a VA, and you create the content. That's the whole point of hiring a social media manager or even a VA, because they create the content for you. Or if they need you to film something, they tell you exactly what it is that they need you to do. Why would you hire somebody and still create the content? The math ain't mathing. Next, you have your VA edit it and go post it everywhere. There's no strategy in that. This is somebody who doesn't understand that you don't post content everywhere. And when you do, if you feel like you need to post it everywhere, you optimize it for that specific platform. The way that I deliver content on LinkedIn is not the same way that I would deliver it on TikTok or Instagram, on Twitter. It has to be optimized for each platform. You know who knows how to do that? A social media manager. You know who knows how to do that? A VA who specializes in understanding the platforms. That's who. Video content is marketing. I'll agree with that. I don't got no beef with that. No need to hire a clown that has a title of social media manager. Hire a VA. Really, y'all, there's no need to bring on a client that's really a clown and doesn't understand how your position works. Now, let's move on to a Facebook comment that I received. So for some context, this person was looking to either hire a social media manager or a VA, not sure what they really needed, but wanted to know some of the pros and cons of hiring a social media manager, to which this person responds: in my opinion, never pay someone for something you can do or learn yourself. Most self-proclaimed managers have no idea what they're doing except applying basics like some niche hashtags and posting more, nor have the resume to proof their skills. I have many thoughts. Can somebody do or learn social media management themselves? A lot of times, no. I'll be quite honest. And we're talking about a business owner. Business owners generally do not have the time to do these tasks, which is why they hire somebody out. They don't have the time to sit there and learn the platform. So that's why to them, a lot of times it's just posting, it's just scheduling content. And as a social media manager, you have to come in and show the value, because you are going to have people like this who are like, if all you're doing is posting, I can do it myself. And I tell y'all about that. We talk about providing value for people. That's something that's so important. And it has to be beyond just posting, because if all it is posting, then they can get a virtual assistant to do it. But if you're going to be a social media manager, you need to know the difference in how you can actually help that client. And that's why we talk about the things I talked about earlier in this video, and the differences between just being a VA and social media manager, and what are some other things that you bring to the table. And I also have a video on some social media management skills that you need to have. So check that video out too if you haven't already. And the sad thing is, this is the mindset that a lot of business owners have. And the reason why is because they've hired social media managers who have just done their bare bottom, the basics of social media management. They haven't taken those extra steps that I'm trying to teach you all how to do, the things that I teach my students inside of my 8-week accelerator program, which you can get more information down below on that. So does this person have points? They have points, but they're also not informed, and they're not being realistic that a business owner can just learn it and do it themselves. This sounds like somebody who's salty. This sounds like somebody who hired a social media manager and all they did was post, and now they're mad and they're telling people you can just learn it yourself. When that's not the case. Business owners don't have the time to do that. That's why they're hiring you. There are so many pros of hiring a social media manager. When you think about it, there's not any cons. And that's somebody who has taught several social media managers. But again, you have to be able to explain the value to your client or your potential client. Because, child, if somebody came to me talking about hashtags, I don't care nothing about no hashtags. That's not a selling point. Social media managers, hashtags is not a selling point. So anyways, now you may be wondering, should you specialize in social media management? Should you be a virtual assistant? Y'all, it's totally up to you. Do you enjoy doing other things? Do you want to do administrative type of tasks? Do you want to maybe specialize in just marketing where you are doing, or maybe websites, maybe you're doing blogs, you're doing SEO, all those type of things? It's up to you. Social media management though is one specific part. So inside of your agency, if all you offer is social media management, You can be known for that. You want to be known for something. Can you be known for some things? Yeah, you can. But it has to be things that you truly enjoy. Don't get out here trying to do all these different things if you don't truly like it or you don't have an interest in it. If you want to try things out, try them out. See if you like it. But there is a difference between being a social media manager and a virtual assistant. And I hope that this video was helpful in you understanding. And so now when you're out there, you're looking at job descriptions, you're able to understand or even ask the client, hey, is this really what you need? Do you really need a virtual assistant? Do you really need a social media manager? Because y'all, sometimes they won't know. But now you'll know. Until next time.